Okay, welcome back to The Explainer. Japan is famous for being home to some of the longest living people on the planet. And one of their secrets? Well, it might just blow your mind. It's all about something most of us eat every single day. Bread.
So let's just get right to it. Does that sound a little crazy? Avoid bread to live longer? You hear stuff like this all the time. But in Japan, for many folks over 60, this isn't some new fad diet. It's a really common practice, and it's based on a deep, almost intuitive understanding of how our bodies change as we age.
So that's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to get into the science behind this whole thing. And look, this isn't about making bread the bad guy. It's really about getting smarter about our own biology.
All right, so what is really going on here? Why does bread suddenly become this issue? Well, its hidden impact, especially after we hit 60, boils down to two main things: a wild blood sugar roller coaster and a digestive system that just isn't what it used to be. The story really starts with the main ingredient you find in most of the bread on our supermarket shelves: refined flour. It's in your morning toast, your lunchtime sandwich, it's everywhere. So, what is refined flour? Well, think of it as a grain that's been stripped of all the good stuff, the fiber, the nutrients, and because of that, our bodies break it down incredibly fast. It's so fast, in fact, that it basically hits our system just like pure sugar. And that super fast digestion, it creates this nasty little cycle. You eat the bread, your blood sugar shoots through the roof, you get this quick burst of energy, and then boom, you crash. You feel tired, foggy, and sluggish. Ever get that mid-afternoon slump and wonder why? This could be your culprit.
Now, one day of this isn't going to wreck your health, but think about it. Repeating that cycle day after day, year after year, that has a huge cumulative effect. We're talking about chronic inflammation, which is like a low-level stress alarm going off in your body 24/7, and that can lead to weight gain and a much higher risk for all sorts of diseases. It's a long game for sure. And right here, this is the absolute key to the whole puzzle. After age 60, our body's natural ability to handle all that sugar just isn't as good. Our insulin sensitivity starts to decline. So that same slice of toast that was no big deal when you were 30, it hits your system way, way harder when you're 65. And it's not just the sugar problem. On top of that, our digestion naturally slows down as we get older. Heavy, processed foods like that commercial bread are just tougher for our bodies to handle. This can lead to that bloating, that sluggish feeling that so many of us just assume is a normal part of aging. But what if it's not?
Okay, so that's the problem. It's a pretty convincing one, but here's the good news. The Japanese approach offers a really powerful alternative. So let's take a look at what they're doing instead to stay so healthy and vibrant well into their 90s. Just look at this comparison for a second. It says it all, right? A typical Western meal is so often built around one single thing: a big portion of refined carbs. Think sandwiches, pasta, you name it. But a traditional Japanese meal? It's all about variety, color, and balance. It's a totally different philosophy on how to build a plate. And this is so important to understand. It's not as simple as saying, oh, I'll just swap my toast for a bowl of rice. If you do that, you're kind of missing the entire point. The real secret here, the magic, is in the overall balance of the entire meal. So what does one of these balanced, nourishing plates actually look like? Well, the Japanese tradition has pretty much perfected it. Let's break it down. Here's the basic formula. Notice that carbs are still there, but they're just a small, supportive player, not the main star of the show. They're carefully balanced with lean protein, tons of different vegetables, some amazing fermented foods like miso for your gut, and even soup for hydration. It's a whole system designed to work together. And it's not just what they eat, it's also how they eat. You might have heard of this principle, hara hachi bunmi. It basically means you stop eating when you're about 80% full. This is such a powerful habit. It's a form of mindful eating that puts way less strain on your digestive system and helps you stay at a healthy weight without ever feeling deprived.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how can we actually apply this wisdom to our own lives, right? Let's get into some practical, real-world strategies.
Trying to change all your habits at once is a recipe for disaster. It's just too overwhelming. So the key is to start small. Let's look at a few simple things you could literally start trying tomorrow.
Think of this as your new toolkit. First up, just start paying attention. How do you actually feel an hour or two after you eat that sandwich for lunch? Then maybe try a simple swap, like having eggs or oatmeal for breakfast instead of toast. And hey, when you do eat bread, make it count. Choose a really high-quality loaf and always pair it with healthy fats and protein to slow down that sugar spike. The goal isn't to get rid of bread entirely, it's about making sure it doesn't dominate every single meal.
And really, that's the most important takeaway from all of this. A long, healthy life isn't about having a giant list of foods you can't eat. It's about shifting your focus to filling your plate with things that actually nourish you, that support your body. It's all about those small, consistent choices that, over time, add up to a much longer, healthier, and happier life. So, what's one small change you're thinking you could make?